What is up, enthusiasts? It is Cedar Flags here, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Going to a new amusement park could be amazing. You get to walk midways that you never have before, ride brand new rides, and maybe have a day that exceeds your expectations. In this video, we are going to be talking about just that, parks that deserve more recognition, and parks that I think should be on most enthusiasts' bucket lists. And while a lot of enthusiasts know about the parks that I'm going to be talking about today, I think in general these parks are still not talked about enough or reviewed highly enough as they should be. These parks provide a lot of hidden gems, whether it be in their coaster collection, their uniqueness, their theming, or their overall layout. So let's get into some of these parks that I think deserve more recognition. This is Cedar Flags, and today we are going to be talking about the most underrated amusement parks I have ever been to. The first park I want to talk about is Indiana Beach. This park has such a unique feel compared to other parks. Located on a peninsula in Lake Schaefer in Indiana, this surrounding lake makes the park look even better than it would. The park's gotten very creative with their land, as they don't have as much land as other parks because they are obviously landlocked. So to add new rides, they may build on top of rides or right beside them. And the way that they do it is extremely creative. In fact, some of them are even built on top of each other. But when these rides are put together, it is in the best way possible. First, you have Cornball Express and Hoosier Hurricane intertwined with each other. And then you have the several flat rides located under and right beside these rides. Then you have Tigger Coaster on top of a restaurant, and many other rides that are located on top, beside, or below other rides. I think this adds such a unique feel to the park. Cornball Express is my favorite coaster here. It feels out of control with great laterals and pacing. Then you have Hoosier Hurricane, a massive out and back layout which features a taller and more graceful layout. You have Lost Coaster, which is probably one of the most unique coasters on Earth. This is a wooden coaster that combines compact hills and turns with cool theming used from an older dark ride. And then you have some great steel coasters in Steel Hog, Tigger Coaster, and the new All-American Triple Loop. The park's uniqueness and charm easily makes it a top tier park, and one of the best parks I have ever been to. Going from a park onto a lake to a park on the Atlantic Ocean, we are going to go to Casino Pier in New Jersey. As you may or may not know, New Jersey has a big collection of boardwalk parks. These are parks right beside the Atlantic Ocean and provide some great seaside thrills. Casino Pier in Seaside Heights has got to be one of my favorite boardwalk parks ever, and this boardwalk gives an amazing view. Now, let's talk about some of the rides. First off, you have Hydrus, which is the park's premier ride, and it is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, and I have to say, it actually might have one of my favorite drops on any Eurofighter. You have the Forces mixed in with some incredible lap bars, and you are going to get one crazy ride. This ride I really don't feel like is talked about enough, and even though it's a clone, its drop provides some great forces. And this park has a great collection of supporting and flat rides as well. This park has a skyscraper, a sky coaster. You also have Shore Shot, which is an S&S shot tower, and is probably one of my favorites due to the ride cycle and the incredible views that it offers when you're at the top. This park is an overall great experience, and it gives you that classic boardwalk park feel that you are looking for. Now we are going up to upstate New York to talk about Six Flags Great Escape. Unlike some of the other Six Flags parks, I feel like this park does not get talked about. Even though it is Six Flags, a lot of people do say this is one of the least of the Six Flags parks. And while it may be one of the smaller ones, I think that its charm and its theming completely makes up for it. This park opened up as Storytown USA, and when Six Flags bought it, they decided to focus more on theming to preserve the charm of the park, and parts of the park still looking like a fairy tale. There were a lot of unexpected things at this park, and while I was coming to this park to ride rides, I had just as much fun checking out all of the different attractions. You have a beautiful entrance, an extremely unique Alice in Wonderland walkthrough, a miniature town with buildings that you could discover, and some hidden themed areas. This park's layout really is great, and all of the surprises that you find can make this day a lot better. But talking about the rides, this park does not miss either. The two best rides here, as of right now, are Comet and Adirondack Outlaw. Comet is a classic wooden coaster, and it's gotta be one of my favorites of the genre. The thing that I like about Comet the most is the ride's pacing, as it never seems to slow down from start to finish. There are some other major coasters. You have Flashback, a Vekoma Boomerang, Canyon Blaster, a Mine Train coaster, Steam and Demon, an Arrow Corkscrew, and Bobcat, which is opening up this year as a Gravity Group wooden coaster. Going from New York to Iowa, we are going to talk about Arnolds Park. This is one of the best small parks I have ever been to. First off, you have a beautiful setting on a lake. When you walk into the park, you could see a massive collection of rides that you would not see at many other parks. This park is highlighted by Legend. This is a classic wooden coaster that was recently retracked by the Gravity Group and has got to be one of the smoothest wooden coasters I have ever been on. This wooden coaster also goes around the park, providing great views and providing the rest of the park with an incredible backdrop. Right next to Legend Station, you have a Crooked House, which is a very unique and fun attraction, has a great view of the lake. The Rocco Plane is a classic flat ride that I haven't seen in years, and has got to be one of my favorites in the genre. It is one of those control your own experience rides. You can either lock yourself in place and flip, or you could flip multiple times by rocking back and forth. I think that this park is underrated because of its very unique ride collection and its lakeside setting. Finally, we go to Michigan to talk about Michigan's Adventure, which if you are an enthusiast, you have definitely heard about while talking about Cedar Fair parks. The problem is, it's compared to other Cedar Fair parks. Looking at the park as it is, I think it has a lot to offer. This park mixes the small park charm with a major park feel, and in my opinion, gives you both experiences. It has rides and attractions of all kinds. First off, let's talk about the main reason that everyone's coming. This is Shivering Timbers, the CCI wooden coaster that is headline at the park. It makes this park skyline and has got to be one of the best wooden coasters I have ever been on. Supporting rides include Wolverine Wildcat, which in recent years has been getting a lot of treatment when it comes to how smooth the ride is. And let me say, the ride is running really good at the moment. Then you have Timberhawk, which is actually one of my favorite SLCs, and then it's a very impressive collection of water rides. Let's look at it. We have a Shoot the Chutes, a Log Flume, a Rapids ride, dinghy slides, and a massive water park. It is noteworthy to say here that in the past few years, the park has been making a lot of upgrades to the scenery as well, including, like I said, the retrack of Wolverine Wildcat, the repaint of several rides, and a new kids area. These overall improvements make this park even better and a much more quality experience. Now, I only talked about 5 parks in this video, so in the comments below, let me know if you would want a part 2, because there are way more underrated parks that I could talk about. So, if you've been to any of these, let me know, and did you have a better time than you thought? And until next time, this is Cedar Flags, and I will see you all later.